Hi, I'm Jono.
I'm Pavo.
We're Above and Beyond, and we support Don't Lose the Music. Since I started wearing earplugs, the great thing is you come home and your ears aren't ringing, and that is a strangely liberating feeling to know that you haven't absolutely killed your hearing.
Yeah, you've had so much fun and then you don't have to feel too bad about it afterwards. So what I love about using earplugs in clubs is that I can really feel the music, and I don't like the idea of having to turn the music down in clubs. I think the right way to do it is to raise awareness on wearing really good earplugs like these, for example. They're custom-made earplugs that don't make it sound any worse. They just turn the volume down a little bit, and then we can play that little bit louder so you can really feel it.
The reason we support this campaign is because it's not about saying that we shouldn't have any loud music, we shouldn't have any concerts, any clubs. It's about raising awareness, giving people the choice to be able to protect their hearing. That's the important thing, and educating people. Once you damage your hearing by listening to loud music, it is actually 100% irreparable at the moment. There's no cure for it right now.
So if you love your music, just don't lose it.
The big thing I've done recently is getting involved with the RNID, the kind of deafness charity, which doesn't just deal with people who are completely deaf. It deals with looking after your hearing as well.
DJs vitally important.
You would think it's just important for DJs, but of course it goes well beyond pure DJs. I've been involved in a campaign called Don't Lose the Music, which is basically telling people to just be a bit more sensible when they go out to clubs. We all see it. You see the really kind of out to lunch person who's got their head stuck right in the speakers. People who are probably are a little bit worse for wear, who don't give their ears a rest, and it's really quite a sensible message that take the occasional, in the same way that they suggest to go outside and get some fresh air when you're sort of on the dance floor all night.
Give the ears a rest.
Give the ears a rest, because ultimately a lot of the big messages relating to sort of young people are about don't drink too much, don't take too many drugs, or arguably
and they forget about the ears.
And people don't. And the thing is, if you stop drinking, you stop abusing your body, you're going to recover. But your ears are a one-shot thing. If you lose your hearing, you get tinnitus, it's gone for good. That's it.
Ringing,
It's absolutely impossible medically to get your hearing back, bar having a hearing aid. And I don't want to sound too sort of serious about it. It's very straightforward. Just give yourself the odd rest
to actually promote those sort of things. So what's the charity called again?
It's the Royal National Institute for the Deaf, RNID. It's a long-established charity.
Fantastic. Well, good luck with that.
It's because when I was growing up, without sounding patronising, but when I was your age and going to gigs, I thought that the ringing in my ears after the gig was part and parcel of the gig, and there was nobody there to tell me that I could get permanent brain damage just by doing that, by having my ears bombarded by noise. So, I'd get a massive ringing in my ears from that first gig that I went to, Van Halen, to the last gig that I went to before I got tinnitus. It just never stops. That's what happens. Your ears just go, or your brain, in fact, goes, I've had enough, sod this, and then just goes, or brrr, or ah, or whatever it is. And there's some horrible noises that people get. And it's really serious. 1 in 10 people in the UK get it. Obviously, it's the most, like masses of musicians get it. The majority of drummers get it. Somehow Paul from Pendulum has managed to avoid it. I think he's genetically immune or something like that. But it's almost an inevitability for a kind of gigging musician and for any DJ worth their salt that's busy. It's going to happen to you. So now you can make an informed choice because you're aware. Because me and people like me have been sort of spreading the awareness. But my point is that when I was a kid, I didn't have that choice. I just had no knowledge of it. So I'm just spreading the knowledge so that people can make an informed decision and they can protect themselves because they know that they need to, and they can make that choice, like smoking a cigarette. The government spends a lot of money making sure that you're aware.
Absolutely.
So you light it up, you light up that cigarette with full knowledge. I just want people and I want the government to put some money into research, because we still need to find out what it is. We still don't know what it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
All we know is that it's not an ear issue, it's a brain issue. scarily. You know, it's brain damage is what it is. And you know, once the government realises that, then you know, hopefully we get some money for research.
So when you're doing your gigs, and when you go to gigs, whether you're seeing them or actually performing them, what do you do to prevent that?
Oh, I have these brilliant things called ER15s. They are moulded, they're earplugs that are moulded to your own ear. And they are what's called, like they have zero attenuation, which means, you know those squidgy yellow or pink ones that you put in your ear? They don't just take the volume down. They interfere with the different frequencies that are in music, so you're not hearing the music the way that it was intended for you to hear, the way that it was produced. So these special ones, actually, you know, you can get, I say these special ones, mine cost 170 quid, but you can get them for 150 or, you know, around about that. There are, those are the ones that are moulded to your own ear. You can get ones for $9.99 that are non-attenuating. There's a link on my Twitter that I just put up yesterday for, you know, a pair of earplugs that are, you know, they're not moulded to your ear, but they don't interfere with the noise, with the music. You can still hear the boom of a kick drum, all those bottom frequencies. You can still hear the sizzle of a hi-hat. You can still hear everything. You can mix absolutely fine if you're a DJ. And when you go to a gig, it just they're called ER15s because they take down the decibel level by 15 decibels. So you can get 8s, you can get 15s, you can get 24s. Most DJs go for 15s. A lot of gig goers go for the 8s. Most drummers go for the 24s because, you know, they're drummers like imagine. You know, every time you hit a snare, it's like a gunshot going off next to your ear.
Absolutely.
That's another thing, actually. A lot of people in the army, not just musicians, army, like a lot of guys in... we're going to get a shed load of people coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan with tinnitus.
Which is a shame, obviously, because no one deserves to have it, because it is horrible, isn't it, to not be able to hear sirens.
Yeah, and it's permanent as well. It just doesn't go away. You know, it's if you protect yourself, it will get better. Not as in it's better. It'll just get more, a little bit sort of easier to deal with, and you, in your own mind, you become kind of more used to it, and you have these different ways of thinking of something else, basically, of forgetting about it.